Osiyo, it's how we say hello in Cherokee. I'm your host, Jennifer Lauren, at the historic Cain's Ballroom in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This music venue, known as the home of Bob Wills, has hosted countless artists over the years, including one Cherokee Nation citizen who is taking the Tulsa music scene by storm. As leader of the Cabbage Brass Band, Greg Fallis is sharing the fun and excitement of New Orleans brass music with his fellow Tulsans and with the world.
The brass band, it's more like a choir. You know, everybody has their individual voice and kind of a different beat. The special part about New Orleans brass band music is that it reaches everybody. For some reason, like the spirit of it just reaches so many people. People in Italy, Sacramento, New York, all over the world love New Orleans and brass band music. My name is Greg Fallis. I am the leader and founder of Cabbage Brass Band from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I think it was like a sense of like community that drove me to music. I was an only child growing up, so a lot of my free time when I was hanging by myself was spent picking up new instruments, guitar, piano, drum kit, whatever, brass, trombone that was laying around. Yeah, a lot of riding bikes in the neighborhood and playing music with friends. Growing up, my family was super supportive of music. My grandmother and my grandfather played music together. One of the first instruments I got was my grandfather's trumpet and his guitar. My family was super supportive. My mom would, God, bless that woman. I mean, she would be, just listening to me practice trombone for hours in the house, and my dad too, but they put up with it. I started playing in band at Edison Middle School in 6th grade. I used to mow my teacher's lawn. Eric Doss used to mow his lawn for trombone lessons. I had a really influential band director, Zach Roddy at Tulsa School of Arts and Sciences, that kind of showed me that I wanted to do music for the rest of my life. Then I got a full scholarship to University of Tulsa to do music. My life got kind of crazy after college because, I fell in love. I moved to Memphis with a girl I was dating. I was just kind of bouncing around, like trying to find my place for a while. I got my master's, and then I went on tour with the Glenn Miller Orchestra, which was a lot of fun. Lived on a bus basically for 7 months. We started in Florida, went up to Seattle, and just everywhere. And then my first classroom experience in teaching was right after that. So I got off the band living like in Red Roof Inn every night, and then went and started teaching at St. George's in Memphis. And I really just loved teaching. I thought it was super rewarding. I had planned to move to New Orleans for years before that. I was traveling there from Memphis and just fell in love with the city. I moved in with a sousaphone player who connected me with a bunch of people who, they weren't gigging every night, but I learned a lot. They gave me records to listen to. We went to jam sessions together. I got to meet a lot of people who I might not have otherwise gotten to meet because they were just chilling, going to jam sessions. Yeah, I just was ready to do that in Tulsa. I realized like the values in New Orleans that people had were like so much based on family and like shared history and I don't know, coming up together. And so I wanted to take like that music, which I loved, and embrace the like culture of it by doing it here at home with the people that I love. So I came back to Tulsa May 31st, 2021. We had our first rehearsal June 2nd, 2021, and then we played our first show June 13th, 2021. So it was like, get back to Tulsa, boom, like this is it. This is the mission. So we are currently at the Park Grove Creative Community, which is a wonderful place here in West Tulsa that donates their space for us to rehearse and for a lot of creative people to get together and share and make art. What rehearsals look like here is people bring in new arrangements. Like, for example, today I brought in a new Red Hot Chili Peppers arrangement, like a medley. Andy brought in a lesser-known Questlove remix that he wants to do, and then Foster, our drummer, Nicholas Foster, I think is bringing in an original today. So it's a whole bunch of different stuff, and one of the benefits of this band is that I'm not doing all the writing. We have some fabulous writers and arrangers who bring stuff in and create this kind of unique sound. King Cabbage Brass Band is a blend of New Orleans brass band standards, original music, and modern covers. So that's a pretty wide range. We'll do anything from rewriting a hymn, an old hymn, to have cabbage-themed lyrics, which is kind of silly and goofy and fun, to putting together a medley of 5 Outkast songs. But the coolest part about it is you kind of get people hooked with the covers, and then next thing you know, it's like you're playing a hymn and they're just as excited and enthusiastic about it as they are for the Justin Timberlake. Our mission is to bring people together and to party and to spread joy. So anything that does that, it can make it in the set list for sure. The atmosphere of our live show is joyous. We want to kind of create a space where people can escape their problems and have fun. And do it, like I said, with a purpose, because we do work really hard. We do want to be involved with the community. We want to do good, but we also understand that our job is to give people a good time, and to make them feel happy. It's the spirit of the music. It's kind of the reason for the music being a party, but it's not just like a senseless party. It's kind of a party with a purpose that life is meant to be celebrated is kind of the motivation. Whenever we're really hitting at a live show and there's a lot of people there and the band sounds good, it's just like a kind of like winning, I feel like, on a sports team or something. Because there's a sense of camaraderie, to know that I'm accomplishing this with a group of people that I care very much about. It feels like a good team win, and I'm just proud of everybody. Format Fest, we had a fantastic time. It was our first major festival to play. One of those things that when we got it, everybody was high-fiving, fist-pumping. It's a festival that was headlined by Alanis Morissette and Leon Bridges, and we were just so happy to be there and happy to be on the bill. And then, our shows with Cain's Ballroom have been awesome. Those have opened a lot of doors too. Being a band leader, to me, it's way more than any X's or O's. It's like a personal growth thing. I'm always trying to get better and be a better manager for the folks that are in the group.
Greg is an excellent band leader. He is kind and patient. He respects our time. He's very organized and on top of things. He books gigs like an absolute professional and has taken us to places that I never imagined we would go. I mean, if Greg wants to play on the moon, I have no doubt that we'll play on the moon. My experience in King Cabbage has been an absolute blast. I love this band. I love all the guys in the band. They've been friends of mine for forever, and I love bringing together the cultural piece of the music and honoring Black American music in Oklahoma. It's been a really special experience. I love being in a band with other Cherokee Nation citizens. I love being in a band that honors cultural diversity, even if we're, a bunch of white passing people. It still is, we're really trying to honor a legacy that's important to the musical community and important to Indigenous peoples around the world.
King Cabbage Brass Band just put out our first studio record, self-titled, and I'm really excited about it. It features original music, it features some of our more creative cover songs. It's been a huge learning process for me. And the music industry is still just, I feel like, just evolving so rapidly, and how things are done. For me, music education was everything, you know, like literally everything. That paid for school, undergrad, master's degree, and now I'm a teacher and I run a music business. I mean, I have a band. I hate to call it a business, but it is a business. All right, let's try again. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3. Having music teachers that were not only there, but really dedicated. Zachary Roddy, who passed away shortly after I graduated high school, he was so dedicated. I'm forever grateful for him, and Eric Doss, who first put a trombone in my hands. We believe in music education, and that's one of the reasons why everybody in the band's really excited about Brass in the Ballpark. Brass in the Ballpark is an awesome new annual program we're putting on. We did it with the Tulsa Drillers, where we brought Tulsa area music students together to learn New Orleans brass band music and perform at One Oak Field for the Drillers. The kids just did great. We're so proud and so excited to see them performing out there, and we look forward to doing it again and making it a part of our annual calendar for years to come. It's been a really, really rewarding experience to put this together. Being a music teacher is super rewarding, especially the age I teach. Middle schoolers find their own voice. 3/2, which is the New Orleans bass drum clave. Because that's a big part of how you develop as a person, in my opinion. Like, what the first record you got that wasn't just what your folks listened to. Like, that's huge. Like, that informs so much about your sense of style and the clothes you wear. For middle school, like, giving them sort of the tools to express themselves musically has been super rewarding. The purpose of music is to bring people together. And that was something that, you know, we use as a tagline. We put it on the website. It's in our mission statement. But COVID separated everybody. And I don't like to associate the band with, like, COVID in any way, usually. But one big thing I learned, you know, from that whole experience was I want to be with people. I want to bring people together. I don't want to be isolated. So what we focus on is trying to bring folks together with our music.
Thank y'all very much. Good night.